What's up, boss fam? This is your boy, Dun Beezy. And today on Style Skating History, we're going to have a roller skating all-star spotlight. Our skater for today is going to be Miss Sharon Bus Queen Lee. Let's get into it. I first heard about Bus Queen when I was reading The Evolution of Skating. The story starts, the ride of your life. Sharon Lee, aka the Bus Queen. I am Sharon Lee, known as Bus Queen Sharon. I've been skating for 53 years and I started doing bus routes about 35 years ago. I started this practice of bus rides as I am celebrating 28 years of being clean and sober this year. I know that people like to turn up when they go on skate trips, but I am the responsible one. This is the main reason I started the bus trips. The route would go into New York, pick up people, and head on down south to where we were going to skate. I enjoy doing it. Unfortunately, I can't do it right now, but the people that used to travel with me appreciate it. Some other groups have reached out and asked me to do rides with them or help them coordinate trips, and I willingly do so. I have rarely made money on bus trips, but that was not my focus. It was to get people to and from the rinks safely. But I must admit, most times I take a huge loss with the trips, but that's okay. Sometimes you have to take a loss to do the things that you love. You can't always come out on top. When someone took one of my bus rides, they knew when you paid for the bus ride, your entry fee for the rink combines with your fare. When you arrived at the venue, you never had to stand in line. The host of the party would open a side door or had an advanced ticket line. So when we arrived, our party rolled right into the venue. We had good food, cold drinks, and even a better time. I had a great relationship with the rink owners and event coordinators. So much so, there was a time when I was sick and I left the tickets at home and we arrived at the venue. I called in advance and told the organizer that I was ill and forgot the tickets at the hotel, and they said, "Don't worry about it, Bus Queen." They let all my bus riders in with no problem. Once I got myself together, I went into the venue and thanked them and skated for the last hour and rolled that cold or whatever it was right out of me. I only had 2 bad experiences with the bus trip. On one trip, some homeless people broke into the bus parked at the rink and the skaters came out and tore them anew. You know what she said. Man, those skaters went to work on them. Men and women all getting into the fray. We used to watch people skating around in tutus. Back then it was predominantly white and they had the run of the rings, and then they allowed us to skate. Neither of my parents skated. My mother had polio from the time of my birth and my father died when I was 7 years old. Whitney Houston's mother took me to the rink for the first time. Her mother and father were close friends and Whitney's brothers used to skate all the time. So they took me on my first trip to the rink. Whitney Houston, oh what? Did she say? My first pair of skates were the clip-on skates with the key, but I had them for show. I didn't want anyone in the rink to see me in those skates. I would wear the same pair of rentals every time I went to the rink. I put a mark on the skates so I knew which ones were my skates, because breaking in new rentals each week wasn't a good look, cause you gotta stay fly. When I was able to get my first pair of real skates in 1973, I purchased a pair of Rydell boots with the Douglas Snyder plates. The crazy part about Rydell and the crazy part about the evolution of skating is you can go back to Mitchell Burley, New York 70s, 50s, 60s. Anytime someone asks someone, What type of skates should I get? Rydell with the Snyder plates. I promise you, I've seen people say this 4 or 5 times, 100% hood certified. Facts, like getting a pair of American Dream wheels. Hood certified. If I had to choose one of the best skating parties I've ever gone to, it would be the Branch Brook Park where we did First Thursdays. The second one would be the closing event that my friend Steve and I did on a Saturday in Empire. We did one of the closing nights and they had helicopters flying over the event. Funkmaster Flex was in the house. They had to shut it down as we went double over capacity. Like, come on, dog. 2 times over capacity, they was wilding. We could have gone to jail that night, but they would have had to catch me. That's when my legs was good. Who faster? like, what's up? What's up? So many rink owners showed me mad love, and I appreciated that. I was brought up to treat people the way you wanted to be treated. This is one of the reasons me and Ice get along so well. When my mother passed away, Ice popped up at my mother's funeral in the pouring rain. You know that's love. Now, let's listen to her talk about the current skate game. Some of the biggest changes I have seen in the skate culture from then to now. It seems like a lot of people are selfish. It appears people no longer see skating for what it is. It is more of a show to them than an art. Skating for me is pleasure. If I never get to skate again, I can just go in the rink or watch YouTube videos of people skating and I get great pleasure. I would impart the following to new skaters of the game. Leave your cell phones in your locker. What did she say? Not in your pocket, because if you fall and your screen cracks, then there'll be glass on the floor. Hold your head up when you're skating and ask for help when you need it. New jacks. Stay in the middle and leave the outside for fast skaters. Enjoy it. Roller skating is a beautiful thing. Some of the people who inspired me were Ice from Philly. Ice got a chapter. Terminator Tex, God rest his soul. Little Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson is Bow Wow skating from Roll Bounce. Bill Butler, Charles Edward, Stanley, Brandon, you know which Brandon she talking about, Oso, Sandy, aka the Black Fox, and a host of others. Sandy was one of the divas on the skate floor. She was bad on them 8s. I used to tell her she was bad, B, and I hated her ass. Skating goes farther than just your footwork. I watch the way a person holds their arms and moves their body. Skating is amazing and will last forever. Known as Momma Sharon to the skate world. Skater for over 52 years. First to start bus rides to and from skating events. Established and coordinated First Thursdays. That's a resume. That's a resume. Anyway, boss fam, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. Please keep your head up. Until next time, log on, boss fam. 1, 2, 3.